So the WNBA expansion draft is happening soon, and every team has already submitted the players that they have to.
Alright, this is crazy, but just now, the Indiana Fever's social media reports, well, for a while, basically a single, since deleted post, revealed their whole draft plan. And, you see, it occurred immediately after the draft by Caitlin Clark, which attracted 6.2 million people watched. This leak was unable to have arrived at a worse time, particularly with the Valkyries of Golden State, the newest NBA team, poised to seize exceptional talent. Their importance is enormous. 122 million, and now the front of Indiana. After then, the office is completely locked down. The post disappeared. The source of anxiety is as of November 25th, the safeguard. A deadline is approaching. This roster leak is a shocking revelation. Here's the worst part though. They left out an important player. Really is. This is the largest error in the front office since the 2017 trade of Elena Delle Donne. Complete disaster.
So lads, the Indiana Fever might be making a huge mistake. Again, this is a might because you just never know. You never know when it comes to things like this because you don't know how players pan out. You don't know. Maybe you're overrating a player, maybe you're underrating a player. But it's always kind of hard to tell when it comes to young players.
However, thus, before delving further into this enormous tale, let me to explain what's truly taking place. The expansion of the WNBA. This draft isn't like the others. It's a uncommon occurrence that actually contains the Golden State Valkyries' future franchise under its control. The Valkyries 2026 will see them join the league, and they desire top-tier talent. According to WNBA regulations, that teams are limited to 6 players for protection, making everyone else susceptible to captured by this new group. Additionally, this is when the interesting part begins. For only a few of hours on November 12th, correct? Prior to the protection deadline, the social media team for the Indiana Fever posted what appeared to be a harmless picture. Stephanie White, the coach, was proud of forming a lineup with 6 players, which, ironically, included precisely 6 participants. In 45 minutes, the post vanished. Minutes, but not prior to astute admirers, took screen grabs and bombarded the WNBA. A panicked community. Let's discuss numbers. For a moment, the market worth of the Fever increased 47% following Caitlin Clark's draft selection. Their sales of items reached all-time highs, with Clark's jersey serving as the top WNBA jersey, selling season tickets and rookie jerseys. Compared to last year, renewals have increased 300%. Now, the hacked image showed Clark, prominently shown next to Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, and Tammy Fagmanla. These $146,000 for 6 players combined. Cap hit for the season 2024. However, this is the worst part of it. The Fever is still possess Grace Bergerer, a guard with promise, on a rookie contract that is favorable to the team, who wasn't listed. Industry insiders. The rumors of Nalissa Smith's circumstance, as well, particularly following the controversial eye poke incident that happened during her well-known TikTok video that resulted in tension in the locker room and practice drama. Supporting Smith over younger, less expensive talent has brought up some important issues. An unnamed league executive informed me this might be the kind of decision that lingers for 4 years in a franchise, and the timing couldn't be more detrimental for Indiana. They recently produced their first playoff journey since 2016, as well as their attendance has increased by 67%. Ever when Clark came, the strain on to maintain the momentum, this team is enormous, particularly in light of the Valkyries lurking. With reference to the Valkyries, they bring a significant amount of firepower, supported by money from Silicon Valley and constructing a state-of-the-art arena in Oakland. They will not be entering the league just to complete ownership figures. The $50 million has been committed by the group in initial outlay, which makes them among the most well-funded expansion teams in history of women's sports, and the regulations for the expansion draft are harsh. Teams can only keep 6 individuals safe, and the Valkyries are able to select 1 player from each present team. The issue is that they are able to only sign 1 free agent without restrictions, some requiring teams to be extremely mindful of who they don't protect, while balancing current aptitude and prospects for the future. The stakes unbelievably high for the Fever. Following, after years of reconstruction, they eventually hit gold alongside Clark and Boston, and now they are coping with the possibility of losing important member of the supporting cast. In essence, that post about the leak provided the Valkyries a preview of the Fever's strategy, enabling them to arrange themselves correctly. Their preliminary strategy. Let's analyze each player from the photo that was leaked. The obvious choice is Caitlin Clark. She's, with an average of 21.44 points, tops the league in the number of assists per match, and has broken 3 rookie marks already. She has an influence outside of the court with ratings for Fever games have increased to 56% since her debut. Another passed for Aaliyah Boston. The pick for Rookie of the Year is clear, considering her impressive post-game average: 8.2 rebounds, 16.8 points, and 2.1 blocks. Her and Clark's chemistry has been dazzling, rotating their pick and become among the league's most combination that works well. Mitchell, Kelsey, offers seasoned guidance and trustworthy score. She is in the last year of her agreement, however. Team sources show that they intend to utilize its necessary classification to maintain her in Indiana. She averages 18.2 points per contest and, with a 42% three-point shooting percentage, she vital to the team's distance. At this point, the Lexi Hull's inclusion on the protected list can take casual fans by surprise, but a distinct story is told by data. She's the WNBA's top defensive rating, guarded at an astounding 92.44, and her three-point shooting percentage has increased, starting at 3. When she serves as the main protector, only 34% of opponents' shots are made from the field. She's the glue player type. Championship teams are in dire need. The real conflict starts with Nalissa Smith. Her natural talent is obvious. Her average is 7.3 and 12.4 points. Rebounds with an 18.2 player per game efficiency rating. However, the off-court drama has always been an interruption. The practice eye poke incident produced a team that played 3 games suspension, which is significant to them. Playoffs, as well as her social media accounts. Posts have allegedly sparked disputes in the locker room alongside 3 seasoned sportsmen want private discussions with coaching staff. According to multiple accounts, 3 clubs, the Las Vegas Aces, among others, have asked about potential deals already. The defense of Tammy Fagbin may be the puzzle's most confusing element. Although she provides the presence of a veteran, her numbers have significantly dropped since mid-season. Her average is only 5.2, 4.1 rebounds and 15 points in the previous 15 games, down from 6.3 and 8.7 points. The first half of the game saw rebounds. Season. Her impact on defense has also diminished, as opponents shot 47% in the paint on her, increasing from 38% in the year's first few months. WNBA analysts believe that this could be a screen for Smokeyok for a more substantial action.
If I was the Indiana Fever, I would genuinely want to protect Grace Berger. Because I think Grace Berger just has... I think in the modern WNBA, Grace Berger is going to be such a good...
However, this is what's actually maintaining the fans and players of the Fever up at evening. Bergerer, Grace. She displayed brilliant bursts as Clark's fallback shooter, achieving an astounding 44% from three-point shooting range. In fleeting appearances, she averaged 9.2 out of more than 20 minutes, 4.8 assists, points, and a favorable plus 5.2. She is portrayed by league scouts as a possible starting guard who has won. An executive from the Eastern Conference is comparing Courtney Vanderlut's skills. Leaving her exposed might have backfire on Indiana in the upcoming years.
A 95% chance the Golden State Valkyries select Grace Berger. She is young. She's what, like 24 maybe? She is a 6-foot tall point guard. She can shoot the ball. She led the W in 3-point percentage 2 seasons ago. And she's also can handle. She can pass. She can...
Okay. The front office of the Golden State Valky, their department of analytics is almost drooling. Former NBA. The Golden State's executives. For this, the Warriors have been preparing 4-month draft, creating an unique scouting method that combines traditional statistics with advanced measurements. They now have $5.7 million in funds to support larger contracts. Additionally, the marketing machine will play a part. Gamers into celebrities. Valkyrie sources claim that they've identified 3 possible foundations of a franchise from the most likely group of players who are at risk. Additionally, let's discuss money. The NBA's latest TV agreement is most likely going to begin next season. It would cause the wage cap to quadruple from between 1.4 and 2.8 million. This implies players without protection could view their value to soar under the new financial terrain for young players on rookie agreements such as Berger. These offers increase in value as teams attempt to control their cap space. The Fevers. A social media blunder might be expensive them millions in assets for future trading, effectively giving the most recent dominant force in the league a significant benefit. As for the supporters' reaction, there has been fear. The group's Twitter mentions have been popular for more than 50,000 tweets throughout the previous day. Engagement on Instagram has increased by 12%, and the holders of season tickets are cluttering the phone lines of the team. Even one fan club started a chain. The organization asked to save Grace Berger, gathering 15,000 6 hours to get signatures. Additionally, even the father of Caitlin Clark shared a mysterious, just the tweet that said, "Moments of enthusiasm for Indy. Have faith in the process." Before it, that tweet had 100,000 likes. Was removed. Recall the time when the Detroit, in 2009, Shock lost their core dispersal draft, transitioning from winners to having trouble qualifying for the playoffs after relocating to Tulsa? The Fever is moving through a rope that is similarly tight. A single error could destroy years of painstaking reconstruction. The following 48 hours are unquestionably vital to the franchise. However, well-known people close to the team imply that there may be more to this, more complex than it first appears. Whispers are talking about a possible three-team exchanges between protected players and unsigned draft selections from Europe who might be included in the calculation. Currently, international players competing overseas might drastically change the whole terrain. That post was removed. Might well be the first shot in a considerably more extensive and comprehensive roster plan change. The WNBA community may be found on waiting on the edge. Will Indiana adhere to that list that was leaked, or was there more to it? Deceit intended to create a startling last-minute adjustments. What becomes of everyone? The players who are not protected, and how will they respond to being made public? These answers will affect not just the future of the Fever, however, the competitive balance of the league for years to come. There is no doubt that the expansion draft just received a ton of more captivating. Each and every squad in the Indiana's next move is being watched by the league, and the front desk of the Voki is the most probably working extra hours to examine each and every scenario. Agents are already using the phones in an attempt to obtain understanding of their clients' circumstances. The repercussions of this release will be felt throughout the league, and looking at the expansion's historical precedent, drafts further exacerbate this situation. Explosive. In the Atlanta Dream of 2008, growth groups that too soon revealed security information revealed an 2.3 trade offers on average for their players who were exposed prior to the official list submission. Considering the stakes today are significantly bigger, the marketplace for since Clark Fever merchandise has increased by 32%. Was draft, making each selection on the roster a risk worth millions of dollars. Behind the scenes, marketplaces for sports betting are responding to the revelation. Vegas predictions for the Fevers in 2025. The probability of winning decreased from pod 800 hours after the publication to overthink went viral. Analysts of betting point out the ambiguity around the stability of the team's roster as a crucial component. Since the market despises ambiguity, and a lot of it was produced by this leak, the players' psychological affects can't be disregarded as well. A sports psychologist, Sarah Martinez, who collaborates with several public exposure, according to WNBA teams, is disposable as something that can significantly affect team dynamics, player morale, and performance on the court. Sessions of training after the revelation have allegedly been stressful. One witness pointed out much less interaction between players, more than usual, with some players showing up distracted or unwilling to participate completely. When instructing scrimmages, workers have scheduled more private appointments to deal with these problems and stay focused. Another layer is added by the global angle of complexity. 3 teams from Europe has made touch with representatives of Fever players who might not have protection, seeking to attract talent overseas. The Turkish powerhouse Fenerbahçe has claimed to have made substantial proposals for any player who is revealed. Coverage in the media of these global opportunities have blew up beyond of sports networks, with mainstream media are portraying